The Crithian youth arena fell silent as Alice Chen stepped into the observation deck, her human frame dwarfed by the towering alien architecture. Below, on the sprawling field, young Crithian cubs prepared for their traditional combat games, a ritual that had shaped their warrior culture for millennia. Liam Rodriguez, her fellow human diplomat, placed a cautious hand on her shoulder. "Remember, Alice, we're here to observe. The Crithian elders are watching our every move." Alice nodded, but her eyes sparkled with an enthusiasm that Liam had learned to recognize and fear. The Crithians were apex predators, standing nearly 8 feet tall with obsidian scales and razor-sharp claws. Their cubs, though smaller, possessed the same lethal grace. This was their first time allowing humans to witness the sacred games, a test of whether humanity deserved a place in the Galactic Coalition. The game began with a thunderous horn that reverberated through the arena. The cubs moved with practiced precision, their movements a deadly dance of strikes and parries. The Crithian spectators watched in respectful silence, as tradition demanded. Only the soft clicking of their secondary jaws betrayed their approval. Then Alice's voice shattered the quiet. "Go, go, go. Yes, that's what I'm talking about." Every head in the stadium swiveled toward the human section. Liam's face went pale. The Crithian elder beside them, Commander Zarkith, slowly turned his massive head, his amber eyes narrowing at the tiny human female who had just violated centuries of protocol, but Alice didn't notice or didn't care. A small cub with crimson markings had just executed a perfect defensive maneuver, and she was on her feet, hands cupped around her mouth. Beautiful technique. "Number 7. Watch your left flank." The cub's head snapped up mid-combat, startled by the alien voice. For a moment, the game paused. Then something unexpected happened. The cub's mandibles spread in what Liam recognized as a Crithian smile. The young warrior pressed forward with renewed vigor, executing a combination that drew approving clicks from the adult Crithians. Alice's cheering didn't stop. If anything, it intensified. She screamed advice, celebrated successful strikes, and groaned dramatically at missed opportunities. Her voice, amplified by human vocal cords, evolved for persistence hunting and long-distance communication, echoed through the entire arena. She was, impossibly, louder than the combined sounds of 5,000 Crithian spectators. Defense, defense. Oh come on, ref, that was clearly out of bounds. Liam watched in horror as more Crithian heads turned their way. He was mentally preparing their evacuation route when he noticed something strange. The cubs on the field were playing differently. They moved with more energy, took bolder risks, executed flashier techniques, and every time Alice cheered, their performance sharpened. Commander Zarkith leaned toward Liam, his voice a deep rumble. "What is your female doing?" I apologize, Commander. I'll ask her to." "No." The commander's claw rose, silencing him. "Explain this behavior." Liam swallowed hard. "It's called cheering, supporting your team. Humans do it at competitive events. The noise, the enthusiasm, it's meant to encourage the participants." "Encourage?" Zarkith's head tilted. "Our tradition demands respectful silence. We believed noise would distract the young warriors." On the field, the crimson-marked cub executed a spectacular aerial strike, landing perfectly. Alice exploded from her seat. "Oh my god, did you see that? That was incredible. 7 is on fire today." The cub number 7 turned toward Alice's voice and raised a claw in acknowledgement. The crowd gasped. Such interaction during the sacred games was unheard of. But then something remarkable happened. Other Crithian spectators began to click their jaws louder. Some stood, a few even attempted to mimic Alice's vocal enthusiasm, producing sounds that were more growl than cheer but carried the same energy. The arena transformed. What had been a solemn ceremony became something electric, alive. The cubs responded to the energy, pushing themselves harder, taking risks they'd never dared before. The game evolved from ritual to spectacle. By the final round, Alice had half the stadium trying to match her volume. She'd learned the cubs' numbers, remembered their strengths, and provided running commentary that had even the Crithian elders leaning forward in interest. When number 7 scored the winning point, Alice's scream of triumph could probably be heard from orbit. The game ended, but instead of the traditional silent departure, the arena erupted in chaotic noise. Cubs bounced excitedly, spectators roared, and at the center of it all stood one small human woman. Hoarse, but triumphant, Commander Z approached Alice, and Liam stepped protectively closer to his friend. But the massive warrior simply extended a claw. "You have shown us something, human Alice. We Crithians pride ourselves on strength, on the warrior's path. But we had forgotten the strength of spirit, the warrior's heart. He gestured to the field, where cubs were still celebrating, energized in ways their coaches had never seen. You gave them something we could not: the knowledge that their efforts matter, that they are seen, that they are valued. Alice, surprisingly subdued in the face of the alien commander, managed a smile. That's what fans do, Commander. We see the potential in our players. We believe in them, sometimes before they believe in themselves. Zarkith's mandibles spread wide. Then perhaps the Crithian Games need fans. Would you return, human Alice? Would you teach us this art of cheering? Alice's grin could have lit up the dark side of a planet. Commander, it would be my absolute honor. As they left the arena, Liam shook his head in amazement. You just revolutionized an entire alien culture through sheer volume. Alice laughed, her voice still rough. Liam, every kid deserves someone in the stands who believes they can win. Doesn't matter if they're human or 8 feet tall with claws. Behind them, the Crithian cubs were already asking when the loud human would return. And in the council chambers, elder Crithians were having unprecedented discussions about the power of encouragement, the strength found in support, and the strange human concept of home field advantage. Humanity had passed their test, not through combat or technology, but through something far more powerful, the unshakable human belief that everyone deserves a cheering section, and nobody cheered louder than Alice Chen.